it's my honour and privilege to finally meet one of my favourite fighters of all time, the Pittsburgh King, Paul Spada, or the Pittsburgh Kid, Paul Spadafora, mate. Welcome to a ringside seat with Tassie.
Thanks for having me.
Mate, it's my pleasure, mate. I've been meaning to do this for a while, and as I said, mate, you're definitely one of my favourite lightweights in the recent years, and you had an illustrious career, mate. I love to start from the very beginning, Paul. How'd you get into boxing, mate, and how old was you when you first started?
Well, my whole family boxed. Like my cousins Joey Maxim, my grandfather fought, my father fought, my brother Harry fought, and we always had a heavy bag, and I always wanted to fight.
Your grandfather was Joey Maxim.
No, that was my cousin.
Oh, the legendary light heavyweight legend who fought
Yeah,
Sugar Ray Robinson and was just one of the
yeah,
greats. Wow,
yeah, yeah,
that's amazing. Yeah.
yeah.
So that's how you got started. So how old was you when you had your first amateur fight?
14.
Yep.
Yeah, I started fighting when I was 14, and once I started, I just never stopped. I fell in love with it, you know.
I do know, mate. I actually had my first fight at 14 as well, and like a duck to water, that was it.
Yeah.
Great, mate. And so you grew up in Pittsburgh?
Yeah, I grew up in Pittsburgh. I'm not in Las Vegas now. I'm just, training fighters, and I got married and just trying to slow everything down, you know.
Yeah, mate. I follow you on Instagram and I see you train a lot of fighters. You seem very, very passionate about your coaching and how are you finding the transition from fighter to coach?
Um, I don't know. It's all I know, you know. So it's just like basically, and it's kind of like I I I I don't know. I think I have really good eyes for boxing.
Yeah. Well, mate, the fight at the level you fought at, that's a natural thing for you, mate. I reckon you'd be a great teacher and a great coach.
Thank, thank you.
So, what was your amateur record? What did that finish up as?
85-5.
Wow, what a record! And did you fight Golden Gloves or American Nationals or?
I never made it. I made it to the nationals every year, but I never won the nationals. I
Yeah,
always
yeah.
lost to the guy who won it though.
Any sort of names back then that sort of went on? Any sort of big names and amateurs
Well,
you fought?
not real. Well, not really. Uh, man, I don't know. I fought a lot of people.
Yeah, yeah,
Fought a lot of people.
yeah.
You know, and amateurs is a long time ago. You know what I mean?
I know.
I
And
fought every time I lost, it was to the guy who won the national.
yeah, the top guy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And what age did you turn professional?
Uh, I turned pro at 19.
Yeah.
I would have probably turned pro earlier, like when back in the day, I was going to turn pro when I was 16, but I got shot. I
Really?
got shot. Yeah, I got shot
Wow.
in
Whereabouts?
the
Like
leg.
in the.
I got shot in the leg and my
Wow.
calf.
Jeez.
Yeah, I got shot with a 45 too, so I was out for like a year.
Was it a case of
Yeah,
mistaken identity or?
no, it was a wrong place at the wrong
Yeah.
time. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, my friend. Yeah, okay. And obviously, you beat faced some good guys on the way up, Rocky Martinez and people like that. Tell me about that fight because he was quite a pretty experienced fighter when you fought him.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, that was a really hard fight for me. I was coming down off of like 10 pounds. I lost all that weight like 2 days before the fight, and things wasn't like the way you know how things are.
100%. Sometimes things just don't,
You know,
yeah, go the way. Yeah,
yeah.
but
But
you
I,
got
I
through.
managed to, I managed to get I managed to win the fight, which was a good thing. But I looked bad, which was a good thing because that put me in a place where I went right to the top of the ranks, and Shane Mosley moved up to 147,
Yep, he
and he
did.
gave the belt up, and I was like a mandatory, and the guy that I was fighting was Cardona, He
Yeah,
was number one in the
Israel
world.
Cardona. Yep.
Yeah, he was number one, and it was, and like I said, like I said before, my styles make fights.
Of course.
I mean, that's a perfect style for me.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think it, I mean, how I went to the top like that, I don't know, but I did.
You did. That's it.
Thank God I did. It was perfect timing. You know what I mean?
No one could take that from you, mate. You done it.
It was perfect timing.
Yeah. And you won the IBF lightweight title, correct?
hmm Yep, I won the IBF, the lightweight belt.
And you had some good you actually fought an Australian, Renato Cornet.
Yeah. I fought Renaro. He's a
Yeah.
good guy.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. Yeah, a very tough competitor, experienced guy.
Yeah,
And you also fought Victoria Soso and Billy Irwin, a couple of good defenses there.
yeah. Victoria and Sosa was really tough.
Yeah.
He caught me with a bomb. He caught me early in that fight, man. That was serious. I was knocked out for like shit 6, 7 rounds. I was out.
Really, just fighting on
I don't
instinct.
know how I don't even know how I got through that fight. It
Yeah,
was just instinct and just being a boxer all my life.
that's it, mate. Sometimes you just go on instinct and you just fight all heart, and yeah, it works out that way.
Yeah. All experiences, all that experience.
Can't beat experience, mate. 100%.
Yeah. Like people don't know this, but when I was a young kid, I was going in and out of the penitentiary fighting 4 days a week for
Really?
like 2 years. Yeah, for like 2 years straight.
Wow.
So I have a ton of experience. You know what I mean?
Of course. So growing up, obviously, like was where you grew up, was it like a rough neighborhood? Was it sort of
Yeah,
a tough upbringing?
yeah. It was definitely a tough upbringing.
And from say where you grew up, are you sort of one of the only guys maybe to make it? Like I bet a lot of your probably friends are probably dead or in jail or
Yeah,
yeah,
some got 20 years, some got life. You know?
yeah. Some probably got killed.
Yeah,
Yeah, wow, wow.
yeah. A
You've
lot
done
of people got killed.
a great job to come out and become a household name, mate.
Yeah,
All
just
hard work.
hard work. That's what it is. And I think it's the same thing. What's going to be for being a trainer. You have
Definitely.
to you have to work hard to get to where you need to do. And listen, I'm going to be honest with you. I feel that you have to, in order to be a great trainer, you have to make a great fighter. You have to, the trainer don't make the fighter makes the trainer.
Correct. Correct.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
so I learned a lot from a lot of people. I was you got to remember my trainer passed away when I was 14 and I went right to Tommy Ankelo. Tommy Ankelo is a great trainer,
Yeah.
arguably maybe the best ever right now. I mean, he's
Yeah.
awesome. Jesse Reed, he's just got inducted in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
I was with Pernell Whitaker, Buddy McGirt.
Oh,
These dudes are, you know, Buddy McGirt used to bring Panama Lewis with us. So
no.
I got a chance to be around great teachers. Don Turner. I was around Don Turner for years. Great guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
So
Buddy
you got,
McGirt, great trainer. Yeah.
yeah, you got to learn. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna put a spin on what they taught me and make mine different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Of course. Yeah. You pick up it, you put your own flavor to,
Yeah.
yeah. And going back to Pernell Whitaker, mate, that's one of my all-time favorite fighters. I was obsessed with
Unbelievable.
him. Oh, mate, I mean, definitely, he's in my top 10 pound for pound of all time. And I don't really ever think he really lost a fight till he got old. I mean, he beat Chavez. That wasn't a draw, and he got ripped off a couple of times. Even De La Hoya was I mean,
I
it was
thought, me
unbelievable.
personally, I thought the only fight he lost was against Trinidad.
And that's when he was really past his best, in my
Yep.
opinion. Yeah, me too. Yep, unbelievable.
I mean, I watched them fights probably 100 times. When
Yeah,
he fought
same.
Chavez, he beat Chavez. That was an easy
Easy. Of
fight.
course, that was the biggest robbery ever, and that was for the pound for pound. Was it in San Antonio, I think, and it was just
I think it
crazy.
was.
Yeah, yeah, no, he was the art of hit and not be hit. He'd stand in front of you and you couldn't touch the guy.
Yeah,
I
he was
mean,
unbelievable.
guys like the Zuma Nelson, Roger Mayweather, he whipped all them guys, and they were great fighters.
Great fighters.
Yeah, yeah, wow. So, Paul, how many defenses did you have? You had quite a lot of defenses.
I think maybe 8.
Yep,
I think 8.
yep.
You know,
And what do you look back? What was probably the best fight that you think that was your favorite?
my best fight that I think the one I like the most because it showed is when I fought Victoria Sosa. He had me down twice. I mean, in order to come back and win that fight like that, it says volumes about what kind of fighter I am.
All heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, mate.
You know.
And then after that, so you had a bit of a break. Did you relinquish the title? Well, tell me about what went on after that.
Well, I fought Leonard Dorn to try to
Unification.
unification.
Yeah.
I got a draw. Then we got a rematch, and we was gonna have a rematch. And I'm at boxing camp, and he retired. And as soon as that happened, I left the camp. I had issues drinking, and next thing you know, I'm in jail.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, again.
I mean, it was crazy. I couldn't believe he retired. It was I was like shocked.
Wow. You wanted that rematch, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
I
think
couldn't
did you
believe
think
it.
you won that fight? The draw?
I thought I won. I thought I
Yeah.
won. I thought they didn't score my knockdown. I thought that was a knockdown, but what are you gonna do? What was I gonna tell you is, but he retired. I'm gonna tell you something. So I got stuck on going to his body. I felt that he couldn't take it downstairs too well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he retires from the fight. We don't get the rematch. He comes out of retirement. He gets knocked out with a body shot by Arturo Gatti.
That's right. I remember.
And I told everybody. I told my brother Harry. I said, Harry, I'm out. Harry said, you need to box him. You fought the wrong. I said, I'm not boxing him. I'm punching on his stomach. He can't take it to the body. And he come out of retirement, got knocked out with a body shot.
I remember that. Well, look, he said styles do make fights. Sometimes you box, sometimes you have to fight. Yeah. Wow. And you said you went back in jail. How long did you spend in that time?
33 months.
In your hometown or somewhere else?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, it's in PA, in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, the system, it was just a bad situation because I wasn't allowed to see my wife.
Wow.
So I would sneak and see her and get caught.
Yeah.
And have to go back to jail. Every time I would get in trouble, every time I would go to jail is because I was trying to see her.
Yeah.
It wasn't a good situation.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
And then I lost. Then every time you go in on a violation, now you get suspended from the boxing for a year. So now you're not fighting.
Yeah, that's
what I mean.
Yeah, it takes your bread and butter away from you. What you do, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm full-heartedly believe active fighter is way better than an inactive fighter. A guy that's active is gonna be sharper than a guy that ain't active. I tell all my fighters, fighters fight. That's what we do. Look, I grew up. I'm older. I'm 50 years old. Well, I'm 49. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. My trainer was 67 years old.
Yeah.
He wasn't holding no hand pads.
Yeah.
We was sparring. That's what we did. That's how we learned. That's why
right.
my face. You know what I mean? This is how it is. You learn by fighting.
That's right.
You know.
I tell all my fighters, an active fighter is a happy fighter. Like back in the day, the Jake LaMotta's, the Ray Robinsons, they fought all the time. And now, like the Mayweather era of 1, 2 fights a year, or it's shit. It's like James Tony Chavez always fighting. Like that's where you stay in the gym, you stay sharp, and you stay ring fit. I mean, and that's the problem with today. Too many gaps fighting once a year, twice a year. It's a joke. I really, so I'm with you 100%.
Yeah, when when I was coming up, I feel that I didn't get better as a champion. I feel like I was fighting every month when I was coming up.
Yeah,
See,
that's
people
right.
don't understand. It didn't matter who I was fighting. I was in the gym sparring every day
That's right.
with real fighters, real main event fighters.
Yeah.
Come on, my promoter was at the time was promoting Hector Camacho, so the guys that Hector would fight, I'd be their sparring partner. So you know what I'm saying? So I was in there getting sharp regardless.
Oh, they'd spar you to prepare for Hector.
Yeah, I'd be preparing them for Hector.
Another
You know what I mean?
another legend, another amazing.
Amazing.
Like yeah, I heard that from a good friend of mine. He said trained at the Cronks. He was the only guy that went to the from the outside went to Cronks and put it over everyone. Not no one could touch him, and that's a big thing. The Cronks gym was a badass gym.
I know.
He was a bad boy, Hector.
Yeah, there's some real good fighters in the Krog gym.
100%. Yeah. Wow. Wow. So
How about James Tony, dude?
oh,
How about how great he is?
what defensive,
Oh my,
amazing.
oh my God.
I had the honor to meet James. He come to Australia once, and what a great guy, and just one of a guy probably doesn't get mentioned enough. He was unbelievable. That
I mean,
shoulder roll.
you arguably say he probably the best ever. You could arguably say that.
Yeah, he's there. He's
I
up there.
mean, Sugar Ray Robinson.
Yeah.
These guys are fighting
Henry
sometimes twice a month.
Henry Armstrong.
Yeah, think about that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, I always pay homage to the legends because they paved the way for this generation. And I mean, you talk about the guys like that, even going back further, the Harry Greb, all these guys. I mean, like that's when I try and educate people. No disrespect to Floyd, but when they say 50 all this, I go, look, he's not even in my top 10. Like no disrespect to him, but I've got many fighters above him in the pound for pound of all time. Like you got to pay homage to the Ray Robertsons, the Henry Armstrongs, the Willie
You
Peps, all
can't
them
take
guys.
away what Floyd did, though.
I never would. I
he
never would,
beat
Paul. I
probably
never would.
20-some world champions.
I know. Look, I never would.
No.
I'm just saying, yeah, but yeah, there's a great. It's always a hard debate, isn't it? The pound for pound.
Yeah.
Because you don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Floyd. Let's talk about that famous spar you had where you pretty much whipped his butt.
That's just sparring. You know how many times people come in? I was in the gym and anybody come in and get out on me, it's sparring. It's just sparring.
I know.
But people made a big deal of that, and I feel that hurt me by them doing that. I think that pushed him for he don't need to fight me. He didn't need to fight me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but yeah, I know sparring is sparring, but it is quite well known because not many guys can. There's video footage of anyone getting over Floyd, but I mean, he come back. He wasn't ring fit at the time, but I mean, you're a great champion. So I mean, that's boxing.
Yeah, that's boxing.
What's
at
he
the
like?
time, I was sparring everybody.
What's he like? What's he like as a person? You had a friendship with Floyd, or?
Nah, I never really got to know him too well.
Just business, yeah.
Yeah.
Boxing. So let's talk about the comeback. Obviously, after you got out of jail, you came back, and let's talk about that.
Well, I come back. Roy Jones is he's an awesome person, dude.
I love him. I know Roy. He's beautiful.
He
beautiful
might
person.
like come on, man. He's a beast.
He's amazing.
He went from middleweight to the heavyweight. So he's probably the best ever. You can't pound for pound, like think about what he was like.
Oh,
He was, I mean, it was ridiculous what he did.
he's definitely in the GOAT conversation, and I've been honoured to probably 6 occasions now to meet Floyd, and I'm happy to say I know him, and he's a beautiful guy. Every time I meet him, he's just so humble, unbelievable champion.
Yeah, and was willing to help me out, and because I'm gonna be honest with you, when my promoter told me I was gonna fight Floyd and guaranteed, had me on the phone saying I was guaranteed, and then I wait a whole year without fighting, I was done.
Yeah.
And whenever he fought Victor Ortiz, it was either he was trying to say that my promoter was trying to tell me that it was either me or Victor Ortiz, and Floyd fought Victor Ortiz.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, it probably was all bullshit. I wasn't even fighting anybody at the time.
Yeah.
You know how fighters are; they believe that shit. But when that happened to me, it was like I was just done. I was done. Forget about it. Like I'm not doing. I called my manager. I said, listen. I said we met up. We met down at the office. And I was like, listen, I'm leaving Mike. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not gonna be sitting here not fighting. I'm not fighting. I'm nothing. I'm not fighting nobody. What's going on here?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
Come on. Yeah, I went into jail fighting on HBO. I come out fighting in club fights.
Yeah,
so,
That's
like that was like none of that. I was done with it. So Roy helped me out, and everything Roy said he was gonna do, he did.
Yeah.
Hey, he gave me the opportunity, and I just didn't show up for the event. You feel me? That's how life is.
That's right.
When you can't, you can't take father time. Whenever you're, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's right. My father told me many years ago, once you get into the mid-30s, early 30s, mid-30s, especially for the lighter weights, not so much heavyweights, as you know, but us little guy, featherweight, lightweight, super lightweight, we've only got a limited time.
Yeah, we're always punching on each other. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
So,
and that also, Paul, we're talking about like all the sparring. Sometimes the gym wars do catch up with you.
Yeah.
You know?
That's 100% for sure.
Yeah. And sometimes your resistance goes, and it's just, but that's the game. That's what fighters, we know the game, we know what it takes, and the people that don't, like a lot of coaches, like I've got a bit of a problem in Australia where a lot of guys that they haven't fought and they're trying to coach, and I'm not being disrespectful, but I believe if you haven't been there and took the punches and lost the weight and done the hard, I don't know how you can teach a kid. I'm just a bit biased towards that.
Yeah, I'm sort of the same way.
I don't mean to be disrespectful to people, but I think, how can you teach someone if you haven't copped it on the chin yourself? How do you?
Yeah. How do you? If you ain't never been hurt, how are you going to tell somebody what it's like to be hurt?
That's right. I've used that before. I said,
you get hurt in like the third round. You still got 10 more rounds. I mean, 10 more rounds to go. And you're fighting 12-round fights. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you want to come back to the corner, and you want to have faith that your coach has been there. So what?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. That's for sure. I tell you what, man. That's where Jesse Reed really helped me out a lot.
Yeah.
When I fought for the title, he really helped me out. Tommy did most of the work, but just knowing that Jesse was, it was just a different feel. It was a different feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course.
At that time in my life, I needed that confidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
I can't believe you're in Vegas now, because I've been coming over there heaps lately. Like, I've been to the last couple of Canelo fights. I've been to Haney Lomachenko. I would have come into your gym. I had no idea.
Oh, well, next time you come in, come through.
I will, 100%.
For sure.
Yeah, because I've been to see Fernando Vargas's, a few times. And I've been to obviously Mayweather's, but I had no idea.
Yeah. Fernando's a good guy, man. I like
He,
Fernando.
he's a cool dude, man, and his son's
And
a good fighter.
his kids can fight too.
He can fight. I know. Yeah, yeah. No, he's doing great things for now. And what a legend, and he's a good guy too.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I haven't been to his gym yet. I'm gonna go. I'm
okay,
gonna check it out. I'm gonna go
yeah.
check that out.
So whereabouts are you? Whereabouts are you stationed in Vegas? Whereabouts is your
I'm
gym?
I'm in Henderson.
Oh yeah, I know Henderson. Yeah.
Yeah,
About 20 minutes from the strip. 30 minutes.
yeah,
20.
yep.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
nice
Cool.
little neighborhood. It's a nice environment.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's nice.
So what's your opinion on today's talent? Give me, say, a couple of your favorite fighters that are currently fighting, that you think that are sort of.
Right now I like Boots.
Yep.
Very skilled fighter, very extremely talented. Crawford obviously is on a different level than most. You know
100%.
what I mean? He's the old school. He's a
He is.
beast.
He's a badass too.
You can't make it up.
Yeah, he's a bad boy too. He's been shot and he's got a chip on his shoulder. He wants to
Yeah,
do you. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
yeah. How about Usyk?
Oh, amazing.
Man,
I was
un,
ringside when he fought. I was in
unbe-
Saudi when he fought Fury.
unbelievable,
Yeah.
unbelievable, bro.
Yeah.
Man, I was so mad about that because I wanted to bet that fight, and my brother and my wife. And I was telling my brother, Usyk's winning. My brother's a big Fury fight. I said, I just think that the styles make fights, and that
100%.
style, there it is. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I wanted to bet on it, but my wife wouldn't let me. I was so mad.
What's your pick for the rematch?
I got him winning.
Yeah. Okay.
I got Usyk winning.
So I'm in Dubai at the moment. I fly to Saudi Arabia in a few days. I'm going to the Benadeev Bivol fight. I'm there.
That's gonna be a hell of a fight.
Oh no, I'm going to be
I tell
ringside. I
you what,
can't wait.
look, I picked Bivol. I think Bivol can outbox him, and
Probably
you
the
know,
way it could go, but it's 50-50. It's a great fight.
yeah, that guy can fight too. I wonder what the odds will be on that, because if the odds are, you
Wow.
know,
It's going to
because
be tight.
yeah, that's gonna
It's a
be a
good.
good fight right there.
Yeah, it's good that at least your Turk Al Shaya, the Saudis, they're putting the money in. At least fighters are getting paid now to take the
Yeah,
tough bouts, which is good.
yep, it's awesome. It's
Yeah,
awesome to see people coming together and fighting like what they used to do.
that's right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like that's the way it should be. You know what I'm saying?
Mm. What's your opinion on a couple other fighters currently?
Tio,
Canelo, Tank,
you
Canelo.
like Lopez?
Yeah, I like
I,
Tio. My my
I
friend
like
George
Tio.
Gambosis. My friend George Gambosis beat him, but he's a good fighter, Lopez. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good.
What
I
about
like him. I
Tank?
like Crawford.
Tank Davis?
Tank's he's right now he's my favorite.
Yeah. Okay.
He's a beast, dude.
Yeah.
Tank's a beast.
Yeah.
He's different.
Yeah. He is.
Oh man, I know this is crazy, but I would prefer to see Tank Crawford instead of Crawford Canelo.
I don't
That,
like the Crawford Canelo talk. Paul, I've always believed there's weight divisions for a reason.
so you don't think oh, man, Crawford's strong, man.
Yeah, I just think there's weight
Right.
divisions for a reason, and I think I'm a big believer in a good big man always beats a good little man. Unfortunately, I think Canelo would be too strong, and I just think, yeah,
Too
as good as
big.
Crawford is,
Yeah. Be
but who
good.
knows?
I think that's a great fight.
He's daring to
And
be
just think
great.
about that. Think
Yeah,
about that. Bivol beat Canelo.
easily,
So
easily.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that's another thing. It's hard for me to bet against Bivol on this fight after
Oh,
coming
of
up with
course.
like
Yeah,
that.
that's right.
You know what I
What
mean?
What do you think of the Canelo era? And obviously, a great fighter. He's made
I I mean, like here's how I look at that. Like, um, I think that he definitely should be fighting Benavidez.
100%. Everyone wants that fight.
I mean, remember how Barrera and
Morales?
they
Oh,
three,
oh,
four
what?
times,
Mate.
Pacquiao and them 3 times. I mean, they
Barrera,
went to war.
Barrera Morales 1 is one of my favorite fights. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Man, that shit was crazy.
Who did you grow up? Who was like some of your fighters growing up that you looked up to? Was it
My
Chavez
favorite,
or
Salvador Sanchez. I used to
oh,
really study Salvador Sanchez. He was a great boxer.
yeah,
I loved him. I love Pernell Whitaker.
yeah,
I used to love Chavez.
yeah.
And look, Oscar, though, you could say what you wanted to say about Oscar, but Oscar was a monster.
I loved Oscar. He was
A
probably.
beast.
Oh, can I be honest with you?
Arguably top 5.
Oh, Oscar and Roy Jones and my close friend. I'm a bit biased, but I love Costa Zoo because he was my dear friend. But Costa Zoo, De La Hoya, and Roy Jones, they were my 3 favorite growing up. I love them guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oscar's a
Great
bad.
fighters.
Oh, amazing. Hey, do you know much about my old coach Jeff Fennick, our 4-time world champion from Australia?
Not too much about him.
Yeah, he was a great 4-division chief. He got robbed against Zuma Nelson for his 4th title. It was a draw, but he really great fighter, bantamweight, featherweight. Yeah, amazing.
Zuma Nelson was a monster.
Yeah, well, Jeff, on this night, I think it was a Tyson Razor Ruddock undercard, and Jeff beat him 10 rounds to 2, but they give it a draw.
Wow.
But, yeah.
Wow, 10 rounds to 2.
Yeah, at least. But Don King, it was a draw. It was bad. Yeah, it's bad.
That's crazy.
I know. If you could choose a fantasy fight in history, who would you love to have faced in your career?
If I would fight somebody,
Anyone, past or present. Past or present.
I would like to see how I would do against Chavez.
Yeah, yeah.
Because of the style, and I feel like I don't know, at 135, I don't know.
Yeah. Hey, you got to be in it to win it.
Hey, he was a beast. He's one of the best ever.
Of course.
You know,
yeah.
How about what if Gerald McClellan,
yep,
and James Toney?
Oh my God, they sparred each other. They sparred. They're close.
Did they?
Yeah, they sparred.
James
it's on
Toney
YouTube.
is a beast.
And McClellan
Toney is a beast, but Gerald can punch too.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy. That would be a crazy fight, man. Yeah.
Because think about it. James Toney is right in front of you when he makes you miss. He takes his chances. I mean, and Gerald McClellan's a hard puncher. Like, he was a hard puncher.
I think James wins it. I think he tired. I think he'd make Gerald miss that much. He'd get tired, and I think James too.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. It'd still be a great fight.
It would be. It took an exceptional Roy Jones to beat James Toney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Roy just had that crazy athletic ability.
What about that Julian Jackson could punch too? Remember him?
Julian Jackson could punch too.
What a good the 80s and 90s was insane.
Yeah. How about Salvador Sanchez?
Amazing.
Did you see when he fought Wilfredo Gomez?
In Puerto Rico, both undefeated, and he destroyed him. Unbelievable.
That was crazy.
And he beat
us. I studied that fight. I studied that fight a lot.
Yeah.
I probably watched Chavez and Pernell Whitaker fight each other probably about, I'll say, like maybe 2,000 times.
Yeah, I've probably seen it about 10 times.
I watched it every day. I used to watch that shit.
Wow.
Pernell was a beast for that.
Unbelievable.
And then think about this though. Chavez was 66-0.
Yeah.
So people talk about records and 49-0, 50-0.
Yeah.
Chavez was 66-0 at one time.
He was, yeah, 100%. Yeah.
And how about Willie Pep?
Oh,
Willie
Uh,
Pep was
couldn't hit
ridiculous.
him. Couldn't hit him.
Yeah,
He won a round without throwing a punch once. Just
I
defense,
remember.
unbelievable. Yeah.
I remember.
No,
Yeah.
we've had so many great fighters, and it's great to talk to another historian because I have trouble sometimes. I had Teddy Atlas on my podcast recently, and he said to me it was a great compliment that I know my boxing. I said, well, thank you. God bless.
Teddy's a great one. Great trainer.
Yeah, legend. So for him to give me that, and another great fighter I used to like, Melgie Taylor, was great too.
Oh my God, man! What people don't see, that's another thing. I'll never forget it. I had a party, but I had people over my house who were watching Mildred Taylor and Chavez.
Yeah,
that beating that he took was unbelievable.
yeah.
They can say what they want, and that's when I say, like, that's why me personally, uh, uh, Richard Steele's the best ref ever.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a better referee than Richard
Yeah.
Steele. What he did that night was what he needed to do. That's the fair thing to do. That wasn't he needed. They should have let him win. Nah, it was bad. It was over for Meldrick after that.
Yeah. Oh, it's sad the way he ended up. What a sad story for a Olympic gold medalist. You know, well-spoken young guy, great fighter, and that's the sad thing about boxing, as you know. I think you agree with this. There's more sad stories in boxing than happy stories.
No question. No question. I know more people that can't talk.
Rocky Lockridge ended up homeless. He was
sad.
A legend. Knocked out Mayweather in one round. Roger Mayweather, like, just sad. Sad. Yeah, that was sad.
Shit.
Let's talk about the movie. The book. There's a book coming out about you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. Let's give it a plug. Oh, it's already out.
Yeah.
Paul Spadafora fighting till the end. Wow.
Yeah.
Got to check that out. I've got to get a signed copy off you.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, awesome. So I hope all my viewers purchase that book and listen to an amazing story. Because you've had such an interesting career.
I definitely had a rough life.
Yeah. But you know what, Paul? You're still here to talk about it, my friend. You're still standing.
I know. It's crazy. I was thinking about that the other day when I was walking around the block. I walk around the block every now and then after I'm done training somebody. I might go for a walk, do some pulls, push-ups, and shit, whatever. But I just think about situations that I've been in and the things that I had to do in the places where I lived. Yeah. And that's what I want to tell you. So before I won the world title, I never had $1.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about I never had no houses. Come on, man. My mom had trouble. She was on crack. My dad OD'd. I was by myself. We was, and I was always with my mom. We was grinding. You know what I'm saying?
Your dad died when you were young, wasn't you? About 8 or 9?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So like, it was just different for me. So when I went from nothing to all that money, right? To me, that was a lot of money. To me, that was to me, that was a lot of money. But I was able to go back to having nothing. Yeah. Because I was coming from nothing. You understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
It was just like riding a bike.
Yeah.
And I just was thinking about it. Just like right now, you should see the neighborhood I'm in right now. It's unbelievable. Yeah. I would never be able to think I would end up in a neighborhood like this.
Yeah, no, I know, Henderson. It's great. It's
beautiful.
That's a credit to you, though. Yeah. Well, you're an inspiration. I'm not just saying, as I said, like, I admire more a story like yours. And another guy I'm going to mention, you remind me of him, Johnny Tapia.
Johnny Tapia, good guy, man.
You remind me of his story too, like coming from a tough life. But that's what it's about. If you want it bad enough, you can change your life. You can change your future for your kids if you want it bad enough. You know, it's different for guys that get handed everything and they don't know what tough is. But I mean, your story is an exceptional, rag to riches story, and inspiration.
I appreciate that, man.
From the heart,
It,
Paul. From the
it's
heart.
just a, it's just a fact. It's just what it is. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you the honest to God truth. I don't know too. I'm just being honest with you. My cousin told me this the other day. He's like, Paul, you realize what kind of life you lived? Do you have any idea what you went through? Like, think about that shit. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was crazy.
Yeah.
But for me to be where I'm at now is unbelievable.
How is
So
life now, Paul?
and you know, I enjoy what I do here.
Yeah.
I have fun with the kids. I'm trying. This is fun as hell. I love this shit. It's so funny because listen, I want to tell you something. I wasn't the fastest guy. I didn't hit the hardest. I had to work the hardest. I had to do extremely hard work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get up in the morning, do my road work, get to the gym, spar, and be the first one in, the last one out. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So when I get these kids in there, when they come in the garage, they gotta understand. Listen, you're gonna work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gonna work hard, and I promise you, about 10, give me 10 days. When you leave the garage, I don't care. You listen, you go and hit the street. I bet you ain't no one gonna beat you.
That's right. Oh, of course. Yeah. He's teaching the lead hand. That's all they need in the street. That's it. All day.
So
yeah.
I have fun. I have fun doing that, you know.
So you're in a good place at the moment with life. You're quite happy, content.
Yeah, doing good.
It's good to hear.
Staying clean, getting myself together. You know what I'm saying?
And your wife seems amazing.
Yeah, she's extremely. She helps me big time.
God bless.
I mean, extremely.
God bless, my friend. Well, mate, like I must say, out of a lot of interviews I've done, I've really enjoyed this one of the most because you're such a down to earth guy, and I love your story. I mean, it's just it's just truth. It's everything you've gone through, and to be still standing and still doing what you're doing, man. It's like it's amazing, brother. It's amazing.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I'm hopefully everything works out, and we'll mold some fighters and then to be great fighters.
100%.
I'm 49. Listen, I'm 49. My trainer was 67 years old.
Oh no, 100%.
So I got a lot of time.
You got a lot of time, man. That's it. No, that's it. Just keep doing what you're doing, and anyone that trains under you are blessed to have a former world champion, a guy that's been in with the best. And I mean, you've got so much to offer the sport, and it's great that you are giving back to the kids. You know what I mean? It's beautiful.
Yeah. It's I look at it like this. If I wouldn't be doing this, it'd be a sin. It's a
100%.
sin.
100%. Yeah. I'm the same. I mean, I didn't have the career you had. I'm coaching kids now too, and I get a lot out of it. I actually get more nervous when one of my kids fight than when I used to fight.
I know. Ain't that something?
It is, because like when it was you doing it, you know what you're going to do, but you're trying to tell them to do it. And if they don't listen, it's frustrating. It's like, mate, move, box, throw the jab, like, you know what I mean? And you've got no control. You can talk, but they don't do it.
Yeah. Man, boxing is you can't make this shit up.
That's right, man. That's right. No, it's a great sport. And the good thing about us fighters, Paul, that we all got that mutual respect, and when someone knows the business, and you got that from day one, and that's a beautiful. And I think most boxers, we all get on great. I mean, every time I meet someone, for me, coming from Australia, when I go to Vegas or LA, it's like a dream to meet the legends, like a James Toney, a Roy Jones. And when I eventually meet you, like it's going to be like it. I really respect it because we've all been there at different levels, but we've took the punches.
Right. We took the punch. You can't look. We can't wait till we definitely took the punch.
Mine was a lot cuter when I was younger. It's all good. Yeah. Well, mate, listen. thank you for your time, Paul. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, man, thanks for having me. And listen, when you come to Vegas, please hit me up.
I promise I will.
Me up.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll send you one of these.
Oh,
I
really?
got you.
All right, I'll send the address to your wife. Yeah, beautiful, man.
All right, you take care of yourself, all right?
God bless you, Paul. Take care, my friend.
You too, my man. Thank you.
Keep punching. See you, my friend.